this week. I'm glad you tuned in. We have a special show tonight. We have our friend Kelsey Stoll. She's come back. Last time she came and she played, and the local audience got to see everything that she does so wonderfully. But unfortunately, our tape didn't hold up, and, well, we weren't able to get her anywhere else. So we're going to do this all over again. She's going to do even better music than before, because I heard her playing before. This is great. And right now, I'm going to talk to you about the telethon a little bit when Mr. Phil comes out. We had that last Sunday. And, of course, a lot of you didn't get to see it because it is a local televised show. But we are still taking donations all year long. So if you want to send something in. At this moment, I am going to introduce to you the one, the only, my friend, Mr. Phil. This is your friend, too. On in, Mr. Phil.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing, hon?
Good.
Let's have a seat. I was just saying that we did our telethon.
Yes, we did.
And our total was just over $700. Is that what it was? Or was it? I know it wasn't $5. It was like $700, I think.
Okay, I didn't get the final total. I got to see what they sent in.
We have to get the final total.
What they sent in.
According to what people send in. Right, because we may still get things in the mail.
Yes.
From other people. As I was mentioning, we have, at the end of the screen on the opening credits and the end credits, it says for donations, and it gives you the address. So if you do want to donate, run and get yourself a pencil and paper, and you can write the address and everything down. And we're going to take donations all year long, not just when we're doing telethons.
Right.
So that's going to help boost us up quite a bit.
Yes. So you could make out your checks to Access 23 TV and send it to P.O. Box 321, Port Jervis, New York, 12771.
Right. That's great. So, and then if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, my email is always across the bottom of the screen. Email me if you have any questions. You just want to say, hi, I'm a fan of the show. Or could you use this? Could you use that? Can I come in and do something at the studio? The answer, can you come in and do something at the studio, is always yes.
Yes.
Absolutely yes. We need plenty of people because there's a few people. We run our show with 3-4 people.
Right.
That's it.
Yes.
So you and me and my husband Ken and our what do we call her? Well, now she's past an apprentice.
Yeah,
so
she is.
She's really more of a member here,
yeah.
and she's running the cameras and the production also.
Right.
Ken. So we don't run with a lot of people.
No, we don't.
But it is all volunteer.
It is. When I started the show back in 1996, I used to have, like, I remember in the control room, about 3 people there.
Right, and then...
And camera people, not even counting the camera people.
Because you had separate camera people out here, right?
Right, but at that time, we only had 2 cameras.
Wow.
We were working with 2 cameras.
Okay.
But we didn't have all the sets that we have.
Yeah.
We just operated from wherever we can. They made me a small set with my name on it and all that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But I was the first one.
Behind us.
Right, but this wasn't it, of course, you know.
Okay.
I must have had
You
about...
had it a little bit different than what it is now.
Right.
It wasn't in this location, in this spot in the studio?
I was on the other side.
On the other side as you first walked in?
Where Carl is.
Okay.
I was over there.
Everybody else wouldn't know what that means, but it means we were, you know, further over. I mean, the cameras, you know, you wouldn't know anyway. But there's about 6 sets here. The building's not huge, but we can do 6 or 7 sets, and everything will look different.
Right.
Which is really kind of cool.
Right.
Because you can set up your stuff and leave it,
yeah.
and it's always the same.
Right. I used to, that time it was a karaoke show. So on my set was a Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh.
Yes. There was a Wheel of Fortune that had oldies, country, rock.
Oh, so they got
a bunch of things that went all the way around.
Oh, no.
And there used to be a part of the show where we used to have call-ins at that time.
Okay.
And what would happen is they'd call in and say, we'd like Mr. Phil to do so-and-so, so-and-so,
and certain styles. And
there would be a kamikaze karaoke.
Oh, that's great. I love
Or
it.
else, and then another part of the show, they'd spin the wheel, and where it landed, that's what I had to do.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I love that idea.
Right. So, I don't know if the wheel was fixed or what.
Would you always end up with country?
No.
No.
I used to end up with something that made me do
Broadway
the village.
The Village People?
YMCA.
Oh, no.
I must have done. I mean, I was forced to sing that.
Hey, they didn't make you dress like characters, did they?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I always.
I can imagine you dressed as the Indian. Oh, please.
I mean, that was a karaoke show, so at that time you could do what you want.
Of course.
But we were only in. Well, at that time we had 3 states. We were called Access 8. We were in Port Jervis, but we went across the state line to Matamoros, and we went the other state line to Montague.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
And so they got us over there. And, wow.
Well, they all have YMCAs.
Oh, yeah, they all had YMCAs. I used to get stuck singing YMCA.
Oh, God.
They knew I mean, I couldn't. I hated that song. I got stuck with it.
That was probably the joke. You know, your producers, because from when you told me of your producers at that time, it wouldn't surprise me that they made sure that happened every single week. Because Phil and I have had talks about his old producers, and I think that they were putting one over on you, and you just fell right over it, and you tripped right into it. Got stuck.
Or else
that's good.
They used to have me do the Banana Boat song.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that was another
Ew.
one. Yeah, I mean, I got tired of these songs. And then the first summer we were here, that was 1996. So can you guess what dance was like the #1 hit, the big thing at that time?
Oh, no, the Macarena.
Yes, that was the theme song practically of this.
Oh,
and they used
man.
they used to put that on also.
Hey, you know what? Could have been worse. The one I really, really can't stand, especially when you get to these big parties, weddings and stuff, is the chicken dance.
Oh, my God.
The chicken dance.
Guess what?
Oh, I can't. That just drives me nuts.
I know. Guess what? In one of the years, that was my theme song to the show.
The chicken dance.
The chicken dance. That was the theme song.
Were they looking back into your childhood?
I don't know. That's what they gave me. They always given me something else. Now is the theme song.
Wow. Okay. Well, now we have the new one, the latest one. It's not new. We've got the fill.
Yeah, right.
One day we're going to have to show the whole audience how to do the fill.
Right.
There's actually a song and dance and steps, and we'll just have to have everybody doing the fill.
Right.
We'll just have to get all our guests together and line everybody up and do the fill.
Do you realize now they got a couple of fill songs?
Yeah, we do. We have, Gene Focarelli just wrote you, Focarelli, I'm sorry. He did make sure I wanted to correct that. Because his name is Focarelli, not Focarelli.
Right.
It just looks, if you say it the way it looks.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we had some.
He wrote that, and he wrote it for an anniversary show.
That's right.
It was very nice.
And we used it for the telethon. Then there's somebody else wrote another one about me that's going to be on my next album, Get Up and Dance.
Yes, I've heard that one too.
He wrote that and then moved to Florida.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey. I guess he figured if you were going to really record it, he better just get out of here.
Then there's another one, which is called Mr. Phil, the King of Karaoke, which it's a rap song. But
a rap song.
Yeah, we haven't recorded that one yet.
Okay, I haven't heard that.
That's something that the late Brian did.
Okay.
That was never completed. Carl has that now.
Oh,
and
so if he ever completes it, you really...
I mean, that one that they want you to hear it and see how you can make the corrections.
That would be funny to edit that song. That would be hysterical.
Yeah, so there's altogether 4 Phil songs.
Well, we just, one of these days we'll have to get together and at least do half of a show that's dedicated to just the Mr. Phil songs.
Right.
Now, after tonight's show, we won't be here next week.
Right.
We'll be attending the Hoboken Film Festival.
That's right.
With all the stars,
The red
and
carpet.
starlets, the red carpet, the glitz, the glamour.
Yeah, right.
The low plunging dresses. I can say that because I wear one too. I figured if these little starlets can wear one, why can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Hoboken Film Festival. Those people, the funniest thing, they don't know our real life. They know we do a TV show.
Right.
But they know, that I've done a few films, and now Mary was in her first film.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing, they're always surprised. They say, I found out you two sing.
Yeah, you sing? Really? Oh my gosh, I want to hear that.
Yeah.
Well,
And here they are jumping off buildings, doing stunts in movies, dangerous things. They said, we could never do what you do. We don't know how you do it.
they're more afraid. That's what it blows my mind. They're more afraid to stand in front of somebody and sing
Yes.
than they would be to jump off a building. We have one woman that had said that to you.
Yeah.
She was a stripper. She said she'd rather strip than sing in front of people.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess to each his own.
To each his own. But
You
she
know.
looked terrified when she was saying, you and your partner actually sing
Sing in front of people.
in front of people and on TV. Oh, my God. I mean, her face she was terrified. I don't know how you.
I can just I mean, it's bad enough every time we go someplace. Phil always turns around to me and says, well, if we were here and it was that many people, would you really honestly have the nerve to get up and sing? My answer is always yes. Because, it's nobody, if they haven't heard me, great. If they have, then they're going to want to listen again. And, it'll be fun. It's always fun to get new people to listen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's fun to see how many people look and say, hey, that's familiar. But
Right.
and his voice, of course, you can't mistake it. He's very distinct, and his style is very distinct. You'd know it was Phil. If you walked into any karaoke, you could stand by the door and go, that must be Phil singing. And then there's stuff we do together, too.
Oh, yeah.
So you can tell.
Right. What I got a kick out of, we're in the parking lot pulling up. We're not even out of our car. The AC is on and all that. And there's one individual woman in there. We know it's her. She has such a high-pitched voice, it goes through you.
Oh, yes.
And you know it's her. Here we are coming off the road.
She's here.
Then we get in there, and she screams out, hi!
Oh,
I always say, what's going to happen one day? The fire alarms are going to go off.
And nobody's going to hear it over her talking or singing.
Yeah.
That would be quite funny. We could literally say she put the place on fire.
Right. Yeah, when she says hi and the fire alarms goes off.
Oh, my gosh. So, well, anyway, we do have the Hoboken Film Festival. And
Yes.
then after that, do we have one more show after that?
After that, we have two.
We do have two.
Yes.
'Cause when I was looking at my calendar, I didn't see one for the Friday after. I
Yeah.
probably just don't have that name written down yet.
Yeah, we have
Two.
somebody coming from
And-
Oneonta.
Right. And your wife's having her second hip surgery.
Yeah,
So
June
I told
5th.
you, Sandy, I'm going to have you dancing by fall. I want to do it by the summer, but summer will be over by the time you're with your rehabilitation.
Right.
And then I'm gonna undo it all. Let me tell you.
Yeah, right.
Phil sees me dance.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And in the meantime, we're just gonna hang out. Ken and I are moving from one place to another. And so hopefully we'll be settled in by the time we come back.
Right.
And the Hoboken Film Festival will have come and gone.
Yes. And then we have the Catskill Film Festival,
We have the Catskill Film Festival to
where
do.
we're guest of honor.
Yes. And then sometime in August, I believe, is your anniversary show.
Right.
Oh, this is going to be good one, folks. You have to turn in to see this. Whatever time you get it at your place, we're actually going to do a roast of Mr. Phil this year. So I have one request. If you've got something that's very silly that reminds you of Phil, or that you think about that makes you laugh about him, or that you hate, we're going to spin it into a joke. Send it to me. We'll spin it into a joke, and we're going to roast Phil.
And Sandy said she's coming down.
Oh, his wife's coming down. We're really in trouble. No, not that we're really in trouble. He's really in trouble. But the one thing you've got to remember about a roast is the person who's being roasted gets to get up last and make his comments and jokes.
Right.
So you got to be able to come up with some jokes, dude.
Yeah.
You think you're going to be able to do that?
I think so.
Or am I going to have to sit there and write them for you? Oh, geez.
You don't think Sandy's going to throw a pie at me like she did on the other show?
Well, if she does, I hope she has good aim so she doesn't get anybody else.
Oh.
But we're going to invite a whole lot of people. We're going to have it on a different set, and we're going to actually do a roast of Mr. Phil.
Right.
We're going to try to keep it to an hour, but if we end up going over 2 hours, it'll be 2 episodes that way. It'll just be a to be continued thing.
Yeah.
But that is the big one that we're going to be doing, and that's the one we're really looking forward to.
Yeah.
We don't have a date for taping it yet.
Right.
We do have quite a few guests lined up that are like, you're going to do a roast of Mr. Phil? Oh, wow, I got to be there. So it could be a pretty big thing.
Bring your dog.
I could bring my dog, yeah. I'll stand there and like smell your crotch and wag her tail and
yeah.
This is what I do when Phil comes to my house.
Yeah, right.
That would be quite funny.
Yeah, too much.
Oh my goodness. So anyway, enough of this nonsense. You know what? Poor Kelsey, last time she came, talk about nonsense. The poor girl, she put on such a good show, and we had such a good time. And thank God she enjoyed every minute of it. And was so gracious to say that she's going to come back. So Phil's going to sing, well, I'm going to actually back him up. He's going to do One Red Rose. Because, as we're taping this, it's the Friday before Mother's Day. I tell you that because some of you get this after that. And I'm going to try to back him up a little bit on this. And then our friend Kelsey's going to come over here, and we're going to try to run her a whole new show, bigger and even better than what we did last time. Because we already had this down once, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Ken in the back room, if you don't mind, want to cue up Phil's song.
Okay.
It's called
One Red Rose.
Red Rose.
It's in memory of my mom. It was written by Carl Richards.
Carl Richards. Yes. This is for all the mothers out there. All the mothers who have passed.
One red rose, one sweet rose for your birthday. As I stand by your graveside to pray, though you're gone, I can't go on here without you. So I'm leaving one red rose for you. And every year on this day, I will tell you I love you so, I can't let go. Happy birthday.
Mother's Day.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Now I'm leaving one red rose for you. You know, Mom, you've made such a mark on this old world and in our hearts that no one could ever take your place. And though you're gone, your memories live on. We think about you all the time, and I'll always leave one red rose for you. One red rose, one sweet rose for your birthday. As you stand by the graveside and pray, though you're gone, I can't go on here without you. So I'm leaving one red rose for you. And every year on this day I will tell you I love you so I can't let go. Happy birthday.
Happy Mother's Day as well.
Happy birthday.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy birthday.
And happy Mother's Day.
Now I'm leaving
One
red rose for you. Now I'm leaving one red rose for you. I love you, Mom. Mwah.
We love you, Mom. Okay, now let's have our Miss Kelsey Stoll over here. You can critique us if you'd like.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. A lot of times we don't get a chance to practice and we just kind of
Wing it.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta wing it.
And you know what? Sometimes that sounds better than even rehearsed. So.
It does. It does.
So I said to people, you were here before. The local people around got to see your show, which was great. We were having so much fun.
It was awesome. I had a blast.
Here we were like, oh, that was a perfect show,
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't come out on the CD.
Yeah,
That was
stuff
terrible.
happens. Stuff happens.
But you know what? You were gracious enough to say it's
Right.
okay.
Of course.
And I'll come back. We would have had you back anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't have missed it for the
But
world.
some people would have
Luck-
stomped and kicked and screamed and hollered and what do you mean?
Well, we're lucky
But
we
not
went back
you.
Not
live.
me.
We're
I'm pretty
lucky that we
easygoing.
went back live because
Yes, we are
when you
lucky we went
came
back live.
here 2.5 years ago, we used to do delayed live where we used to tape the show on Friday, and as we would tape, and we'd show the show
Right,
from
so
the
you
week
had-
before, and then we'd be a week behind. You remember?
Oh, okay.
So we
You
went
never
back
would have
to
known.
we went back to live shows because
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
for 7 years, we were doing delayed live because the former co-host couldn't get here on time because she was coming from work and everything else. And
Well, and that was back in the period of the wardrobe malfunction period too, where everybody was like, "Oh no, we have to delay everything a couple of seconds just to make sure that doesn't happen in anybody else's show." So,
Jeez.
the famous wardrobe malfunction, if you remember that, I won't rehash that. But so, what have you been doing since you've come back? Well, since you left, I mean, it was what time? When were you here the last time?
I want to say it had to have been almost a
Trying to
year
remember.
ago.
Yeah,
really.
it was a while.
Yeah.
Because we were looking for open dates that you would be open, we would be open.
Right.
You know.
I know that I've been really busy. I actually started playing in a band called Sideways. So
All right.
I started playing bass, and it's something a little
Sideways.
bit different for me.
That's
so
great.
Yeah, it's a totally different aspect of the music thing, and
Wow.
it's nice to put your feelers out into something you're not used to doing.
That's
you know?
true.
how many piece band is it?
It's a 4-piece, and this
Wow.
is actually my first time playing bass. I actually joined the band. They said, we could really use a singer. And I said, of course. But it turns out that something had happened with their bassist to where he couldn't play anymore. And they were like, do you think you can learn bass? And I said, I'll try.
Right.
And gave it a couple of months and picked it right up.
Oh, that's great.
Yep,
And
it was really cool.
Does everybody sing too? Do they like all back
Yep,
up?
we
and-
all actually. It's a big plethora of everybody's different songs. So everybody kind of
Great.
puts like their own stuff into it, which
So
is
it's
really
all,
cool.
all original. I mean, do you guys do some covers too, or
Not the
do you
band.
do-
We do
No.
all originals.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I've already asked about having her on the show. Believe
Oh.
me. We were talking before.
You're way ahead of me.
Always.
Wise
2 steps
guy.
ahead, always,
Two
Mayor.
steps ahead. That's
Wise
right.
guy.
And he goes 3 steps back. Wise guy. All right. We'll talk about that another time. We already had that set up, though, because we were talking. We weren't just talking. We were talking about you, too. But, you know, but, you know, Kelsey's been keeping herself really busy.
Absolutely.
And you're working
Yes.
as
Yep.
well as playing.
Trying to pursue the dream.
and- yeah,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
that's great.
It's a lot, but
So-
you know what? It's worth it. When it's something you really want and something you really want to
True.
go for,
Right,
make
it
time
is.
for it.
It's true.
Right. That's why we do what we do.
Exactly. Yep.
And,
We love what we do.
And I'm glad that you guys do it too, so I get to show everybody what I can do.
Well,
I love it.
That's just it.
Great.
That's what gives us so much, you know, makes us so happy is now we can watch people as they've grown.
Mhm.
And we've had a few. We're not going to start naming them all. Because
No, but-
that'll be another half hour.
Right.
No, I mean, that's not a bad thing.
That's a great thing.
It's a great
you
thing
know?
because
Starting
we
on
started
here.
off that
And
many people.
I've
yeah.
always said, you know, exposure is exposure is exposure.
That's
Get you-
right.
everything that you can do, go do it.
That's
you know,
right.
don't turn anything down. Everything is worth it in the end.
It's
you know?
true. Even
Right.
if you have an
It's an
audience of
experience.
2, which, you know, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
We've had an audience of 2, and, you know, so what?
Right.
Those
right.
2 people go out and tell 2 more people that they had a good time at your show, then maybe next time
you
you'll
got
have
4
8 people. or 4
Oh, yeah.
people.
We're getting calls from people we don't even know. Some guy calls me this week with a band, and I said to him, we're booked through the end of August.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said, see, he says, I still want it. And I even said to him, I could get you on my, on another show
Sooner,
that
yeah.
I could get you into in a week.
Right. right.
And wouldn't you like that? And he says, no, I want the
wanna do
Mr.
the
Phil
Mr.
show.
Phil
That's
show.
right.
Yep.
That's right. So
Yes, because you guys are so fun to hang out with.
Thanks.
we have a great time, and you know, we have a great time before we come on, and then all of a sudden we come on and we're semi-serious.
A little bit.
Although everybody tells us we're the most serious show, you know. But that's just because they don't know what having fun is.
Yep.
you
That
know.
sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, we're gonna come back and do the roast of Mr. Phil. So, if you can think of
sounds
some
interesting.
stuff, I'll.
I don't know. Look at that sweater he's wearing.
I'm going to
Should
put
I roast
on.
him on that?
I know. I'm putting
just
out
kidding.
feelers, and whenever I tell somebody that we're going to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any of our guests and stuff, I've told off the air. This is the first time anybody on the air has heard about this whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you've got privileged information that the rest of the world just now got too. Believe me, there's
I'm VIP,
there's,
huh?
plenty of stuff to roast him on. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
It sounds like it's going to be a
Sounds like
blast.
Kelsey and I have been conspiring. Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. We have a plan for this whole
Yes.
thing.
So you're done with school. No
Yeah,
school.
No school for me.
That's right. She's a working woman now.
Oh, yeah.
So you getting a lot of gigs at least?
Yep, I'm getting gigs here and there. Like I said, a lot of it is kind of with the band now. You know, I'm still, of course, doing my own things.
Right.
I actually wrote a new song that I'll play later on,
Oh, that's good.
which is good. You know, always creating, always keep moving forward, and keep on keeping on. Really.
Yeah, I wish I could just write songs. I can't. I can sing them fine. I can sing with a band. I can sing with karaoke, but
Yeah.
you know, I can
It's-
make
it's
stuff
like
up as I
a-
go along, I suppose.
Right. And it's a love-hate relationship because, I mean, I love to write. It's so good to express yourself and have that kind of outlet, you know?
Right.
But, I mean, on the same token, writing is so tedious, and so you want to make sure the feeling that you're trying to convey comes across.
That's
you know?
true.
So, you know, I'll spend sometimes 5 minutes on a song and I'm done. You know,
Right.
I've written a whole song, I'm proud of it. And then I'll spend 3 years on a song that just hasn't gotten perfect or
never-
something, you know? So,
You have to shove it in a drawer and wait till
Yep, and pick
comes
it up
back out
later.
again. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I mean, I write poetry and stuff, and a lot of times, unfortunately, the stuff comes into my head like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
yep. Inspiration strikes whenever you're
It
not
does.
ready for it. Yep.
And you know, you try to lay there in bed and you try to let it go away, and you don't. Well, you can't. You shouldn't
Yeah,
say you
you-
don't.
you end up getting
you
up and
have
writing
to get
it.
up and
Yep.
you write, and you end up writing a lot more than you think.
Mhm.
You know.
Yep.
So have you ever gotten up in the morning or during the day after you've written a song and said, "Ooh, maybe that's a little too personal. I shouldn't do that one"?
Yeah, there are some things that, I mean, when you're not a famous person and you're just someone who plays music, you know, and you're putting your personal emotions out there, you know, sometimes there are songs where you're like, maybe the world isn't quite ready for this.
Well,
maybe if I was a big star, they might be ready for it.
I'll give you an example.
It's tough.
Somebody that I started on this show, okay, when she first started out and she was, you know, a young kid.
Yep.
So she was bullied in school very bad. They used to beat her up practically.
Oh, no.
And so she wrote a song about that called Bully.
Mm-hmm.
And she wrote another song that she used to do about the way she was being harassed. That we used to call her up 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff. So we loved it on this show. And she did it on this show and all through the other areas that we had. They loved it.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
one time she went to a gig. It was a fundraiser. And she was changing managers at that time. And her old manager was there. That was her last day with her old manager. And her new management was there, too. And besides that, a record company was there. And they happened to know me, this record company. And they said, your show, do you critique the people before your show? So I said,
Yeah. Well, now we do. I don't know about then.
yeah, so I said, I know what they're doing and all that. And because she sang those songs then, and they said, did you allow those 2 songs on your show? So I said,
Okay.
yes, because, you know, we're local, yet we're not so local. And we thought it was a good example. And he said, you don't do that because, you know, if she that's not helping her build. You know, she should be doing love songs. She should be doing other things. She shouldn't be doing such personal songs.
Well, that's why I'm saying, yeah, do you ever wake up and then go, oh, well, maybe that's a little too personal yet. I think I'm going to keep that one to myself.
Yeah,
Or-
there are some songs that I know have came out of a place of either, you know, extreme anger that aren't things that I would want like people to hear, you know what I mean? But it's also that creative outlet. So
And it's
no matter
important.
what, I
It's
get it
important
out.
to get
you
it
know?
out, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that's that's as much as going to a psychiatrist. You need
right.
to get that off of your head.
And that's the thing, you know, not everything that you get out is something that you want everybody to see.
That's
or
right.
Everybody
It's
to
just for
hear,
you.
You know, sometimes it's just for you, and that's totally okay.
Yes,
That's
and
great.
You know, and if
great.
you're brave enough and you're big enough to share some of those stories, then more power to
I
you.
think
You know,
the thing with that, to me, I think is a matter of you got to wait years till you're ready, or maybe months. Maybe all of a sudden, one month you'll say, you know what, it's time.
yeah, like I don't care anymore. You
That's
know, I
it.
moved past those feelings. Now I can sing about them.
That's right.
I think that's true, and I think that's true for a lot of bigger artists. You know, people
Right.
who are signed and people
Absolutely.
who,
But
who
I-
do that for
yeah.
a living. You know, they take a while to sometimes come to terms with facing those feelings themselves, let alone letting other people in on them.
right. But I told him back, I said, what about on these shows like American Idol, X Factor, America's Got Talent, The Voice, when they're talking such personal stuff? I
Right.
mean, I cringe in my couch. I mean, actually, I just want to crawl.
Right.
When I see that stuff, I just
Yeah.
want to crawl under my
Yeah, but
couch
you know, then
watching it on
They
TV.
don't have them come out and sing a song about what they were just talking about. So they first they darken the mood, then they lighten the mood by having this person come out and
And
do this
just
great,
kill it.
this
Yep.
great song. So, you know, before our time gets too short and you don't get a chance to give us too much to play.
Okay.
I mean, it's bad enough that we didn't get your tape
Yeah,
last
it's all
time.
good. It's all
we
good.
definitely want to do one this time.
Yeah, that sounds
And
good.
I
to
mean,
me.
everybody's got to hear. Kelsey's got a really great style.
Thank
mean,
you.
I think it was last time I told you it was like a lot of like Carole King sounding
Yeah, a little
stuff.
funky, a little
I
rock
like
and roll,
that.
you know.
Yeah,
But
karaoke
thanks.
last night. I did I Feel the Earth Move.
Ah, great song.
Oh.
Classic.
Oh, it was.
Classic
It's
song.
good. Everybody loves that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. So we're gonna have you come over. Go ahead and over there.
Alrighty.
And get you set up.
Nice chatting with you.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
same here.
Well, we can't wait to hear what you've got this time.
Yes.
So
Wow.
I think she's got some newer tunes for us tonight,
Right.
and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what, guys, in the booth, maybe this one will come out right, huh? We'll get lucky. That would be real nice. All right, everybody, yes, Kelsey Stoll.
Okay, yes, there she is.
Oops. Sorry.
Nicotine smiles, sweet, smooth, wild, sexy switching styles, venomous fires. Baby, take me into town. Black motorcycle, guitars and rifles, singing in a stifle. Baby, spin another round. Slick back hair, serious stare, tattoos there. All the stories on your skin. Reckless, aggressive, secret, apprehensive, toxic invention. Want to abuse your medicine. Boy, oh boy, how your body speaks louder than mornings creep into my brain. Chemical leaking, I want your body. Baby, like I want nobody. Like that you're freaking the way I can sneak over lines on your street. Right past your games, lovely. Our love is bleak, but I can't keep my paws off of you, honey. Boy, oh boy. Stopping, screech, my brakes, they squeak, slamming into your teeth of the mouth I need to taste. Thunderous rumble, hearts they crumble, sensations tumble as you pull me to your face. So much burning, seldom flirting, straight shooting sermon. Make me your religion, maybe. Spoken loudly, screaming, shouting, still no doubting. There's no partition for us, baby. Boy, oh boy, how your body speaks louder than warnings creep into my brain. Chemical leaking, I want your body. Baby, like I want nobody. Like that you're freaking the way I can sneak over lines on your street. Right past your games, lovely. Our love is bleak, but I can't keep my paws off of you, honey. Boy, oh boy. Maybe I'm addicted, afflicted, seriously sickened, but I love every second with you. Maybe when All right, this next song is called Jack and Gin.
Jack and gin, spilling down my chin. Words I cannot say to slip away, where tank away in the middle of the day. Jack and gin, spilling down my chin. Words I cannot say to slip away, where tank away in the middle of the day. This expectation of heartbreak drowns in my glass. Not many can really take this type of low class, but I have this recurring dream that you found something in me besides a chest of mess and veins pumping whiskey. Jack and gin, spilling down my chin. Words I cannot say to slip away, where tank away in the middle of the day. Jack and gin, spilling down my chin. Words I cannot say to slip away, where tank away in the middle of the day. The daylight is just as dangerous as the night was plain to us. Another night out on the town, you watch my troubles drown. And I know that I've worried you, and maybe your perspective is true, but I'm hanging on and I'm making it. Oh, I'm really good at faking it. I'll decide when this buzz is through. Jack and gin, spilling down my chin. Words I cannot say to slip away, where tank away in the middle of the day. Jack and gin, spilling down my chin. Words I cannot say to slip away, where tank away in the middle of my day.
Thank you, thank you. All right, this next song is a new song that I wrote, and it's called Little Soldiers. Please forgive me if I make mistakes.
They tell us, praise your individuality. Then they line us up in the same shape on a cookie sheet. And they bake us till there ain't no trace of abnormality. And they wrap us up and they send us to the corporate company. Dress us in business suits and slick back our hair. March us in sync in the polluted air. This ain't no place for fun or freedom if you want a paycheck. Give us your life and we'll give you money for your debt. March on, little soldiers, don't you wanna grow? That I make it in a cruel place, you gotta March on, little soldiers, don't you wanna grow? That make it in this cruel place. You gotta have a stern face and a heart even colder. Strain us by the hands of our society and train us to follow procedure and policy, and blame us when we don't fit into your puzzle. Polish our brains clean and silence our cries with muzzles. Dress us in business suits and slick back our hair. March us in sync in the polluted air. This ain't no place for fun or freedom if you want a paycheck. Give us your life and we'll give you money for your debt. March on, little soldiers, don't you wanna grow? That I make it in this cruel place. You gotta have a stern face and a heart even colder. March on, little soldiers, don't you wanna grow? That I make it in this cruel place. You gotta have a stern face and a heart even colder. Left, right, left. All your hopes and your dreams depressed. Left, right, left. Unique is immunity, and unity is best. Thank you, guys. Okay, so this next song I'm gonna have to do a little tuning for. But this song is called Spirit I Know You, and it is about ghosts and some of the weird encounters that people have with them, and you know, whether you believe in them or not, that's up to you, but here's my little song about them. Beside me Thank
much
you.
for coming back again. And I want to have you back with the band. I know Phil does.
I'll have to talk to the guys.
Yeah, talk to them, and maybe you could send me a sample of the stuff that you've been doing.
Absolutely.
That would be great. I would love to see that, even just for myself.
We're working on some demo stuff right now.
Okay. Do you have any gigs lined up?
Yep, May 26th at Airport Pub in Sussex.
Great. Okay, so everybody's heard that. Now we got to go over and see Sideways.
Sideways.
That's
Sideways.
Sideways with a C.
The C. They spelled it very differently, but yet that gets you noticed.
It does.
People go, hey, yeah. What's the matter with them? They don't know how to spell. Okay, so we want to say goodnight to everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad that you all got to see Kelsey again. And for those of you who are just catching her for the first time, make sure you go on her Facebook page and catch some more of her stuff.
Yep.
So, yes, you were great. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
And you could take us out with your last song and
Yeah.
enjoy. It's not over yet.
All
Don't
right.
touch your dial.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey.
Everybody have a good night.
Didn't work out and I know why. I know you wish I could, but I just can't control the tide, though I tried. Yeah, I tried. I knew when I tried I could never control the way that we were out to sea in the storm, spinning out of an ocean, sails and knots. You just wanted me to be the keeper of the ocean, but I'm not. We sailed on through the summer. We survived the deadly triangle. Couldn't steer the boat anymore. And you had never sailed before. Still I tried. Yeah, I tried.